Hello, my name is Danny DeLoach and I serve with the eldership at the High Springs Church of Christ. About 13 years ago, Pam and I moved to High Springs to retire. We were pleasantly surprised to discover that the High Springs congregation was one of the founding congregations for Florida Bible Camp. And for the last few years, I've served as a volunteer for Florida Bible Camp to assist the board of directors in their fundraising efforts. Don't hit the delete or off button yet. I know you heard the word fundraising. We'll get to that. But right now, just follow me on a short journey down memory lane. Well, it's actually Bible Camp Road, but it's overflowing with great memories. On the right is the boundary for Orlando State Park. That's really where Florida Bible Camp began in 1948. The camp was there until the board acquired the 200 acres by land donation and purchase that it now occupies. Yes, I said 200 acres. The first time Pam and I came down this road was about 40 years ago. We brought our two boys up from South Florida to go to camp. We came every year after that through the 90s when both boys and both our daughters were too old to be campers. In fact, our youngest daughter was baptized in the pool at the camp. The camp provided a lot of the spiritual foundation for our children. I'd like to share a few more thoughts with you, if I may. Did you know that the summer camp weeks do not support the camp for the entire year? If the board had to rely on camp fees alone, those fees would have to be doubled or even more. There would be some young people who would not be able to attend. The board did not want to entertain that even as an idea. Therefore, fundraising became important. The board has at least 4 ways that they use to raise money to keep fees for the camp down and run the camp for the year. First, the camp is supported financially by several congregations in the state of Florida. If your congregation does not support Florida Bible Camp at this time, please have one of your leadership personnel call the camp office and let us know, and we'll be glad to send someone to you to talk to the leadership or even the congregation membership about the mission of Florida Bible Camp as soon as this COVID-19 virus subsides. Second, during the remaining 10 months of the year when the camp is not in session, the camp is available for rent to churches and community organizations. We have already lost over $4,000 in rental fees so far, and the possibility of losing more is imminent. Third, the board hosts special events to raise funds for the camp. In the fall, there's a golf tournament. In the spring, there's that great auction, silent auction, and barbecue. With the auction being now postponed until a date to be established, we will potentially lose over $8,000 just from that one event. The fourth way the board tries to increase funding is through individual tax-deductible contributions. That's why you are so important. With the global outbreak of COVID-19, the camp has been severely hurt. All rentals of the camp property in the last 2 months and until an undetermined date have been lost. The spring barbecue and silent auction has been postponed until all clear is given. Some experts say that might not be until late summer. Do you see why you're so important? A majority of the fundraising ability of the camp has been lost, especially if the virus lasts even until early summer. For the very first time in the camp's 70-plus year history, there may be no summer camp. If that happens, there will be no pickup basketball games with new friends. There will be no Bible classes under the pavilion where a young man or young woman may have finally realized what God asks of them and how they can change their life for the better. There will be no hikes. Most important, there will be no joyful moments of watching a young person put on Christ through baptism while surrounded in the pool area by their new and old friends. There will be no calls by this bell to come in, but this bell now has a different function. It's to call us to action. It will ring the message out. We need to get the message out that Florida Bible Camp needs the help of all those who have benefited from its work over the last 70 plus years. Those of you who are deacons, elders, or preachers, and your wives, and others who are strength in your congregation, and Florida Bible Camp assisted in getting you to your spiritual place, this is the time to consider the good works of Florida Bible Camp. This is the time to include the camp in your finances. Please consider making a monthly tax-deductible contribution of $10, $20, $50 or more, whatever amount reflects the value of the camp in your life that you can afford. We're going to need approximately 200 monthly donors. Paul wrote in Ephesians chapter 2, "For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." Florida Bible Camp is a good work. Please help. Now you can hit that delete or close screen button. But when you do, please go to floridabiblecamp.org and hit the donate button. And if you're wondering, yes, Pam and I have already hit the donate button. Join us, please. And may God be with you and your family during this time of uncertainty. And may we always remember, He is in charge.